The smile that didn't fool anyone. On August 3rd, Sydney Sweeney walked the red carpet in Los Angeles wearing a champagne corset gown and a lemon-colored headband. She smiled. She posed. She looked completely unbothered. But just 48 hours earlier, her name was trending for all the wrong reasons. American Eagle had dropped a controversial ad campaign featuring Sydney that many say flirted with eugenics-era symbolism. The tagline? Sydney Sweeney has great genes. That pun, genes versus genes, quickly spiraled into backlash, conspiracy theories, and accusations of white supremacist undertones. AE issued a formal statement. The internet wasn't buying it. And Sydney? She said nothing except for a cryptic Instagram story of pink roses and a white heart emoji. So why did this one campaign hit such a nerve? Why does Sydney keep dodging the fallout? And what does it say about the image she's carefully built? And how quickly it's unraveling? Let's break it down. Everyone's favorite, It Girl. A few years ago, Sydney Sweeney was untouchable. After her breakout role as Cassie in Euphoria, she became the poster child for vulnerability. Messy, emotional, relatable. The crying in the bathroom scenes? Iconic! She was more than just a pretty face. She was the internet's favorite It Girl. She posted videos working on vintage cars. Fans called her down to earth, a real woman in a sea of Hollywood clones. She seemed cool, sexy, approachable, and totally in control. And when the media tried to hypersexualize her, her fans fought back. They defended her, protected her. Sydney was one of us. But that protective bubble didn't last forever. The MAGA party that broke the illusion. In 2022, things shifted. Photos leaked from her mom's 60th birthday party showed guests wearing red MAGA hats and Blue Lives Matter shirts. Sydney claimed the hats were a joke. She asked fans not to politicize a simple celebration. But that wasn't good enough. Was this just a family thing? Or was Sydney dog whistling her real values? The internet didn't have answers because she didn't give any. She chose silence. Again. The backlash was swift, but Sydney didn't backtrack. She didn't clarify. Instead, she let the story fizzle out, and it did. Mostly. But the doubts stuck around, and people started looking at her through a different lens. The bathwater era. Who's she really appealing to? Then came the bathwater. In a 2023 brand deal with Dr. Squatch, Sydney appeared in a viral ad where she joked that their soap was made with her actual bathwater. Some fans laughed it off as internet humor, a nod to Belle Delphine's infamous gamer bathwater stunt. But others saw it as another step in a troubling direction. Was Sydney trolling or pandering? It felt off, like she was simultaneously chasing Hollywood legitimacy and courting a 4chan tier fanbase who objectified her. And that tension between image and intent was about to blow up. The American Eagle ad that no one was ready for. In July 2025, American Eagle launched a bold new campaign. Sydney Sweeney, drenched in vintage denim, recreating a 1980s Calvin Klein ad, once deemed too provocative for TV. One line stood out. Sydney Sweeney has great genes. A callback to the word genes. In one clip, she says, genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue. Another featured a cryptic line. The secret of life lies in the genetic code. People weren't just confused, they were furious. Critics said the campaign echoed eugenics propaganda, a dark ideology that promoted perfect genetic traits and was historically tied to white supremacy. One viral post on X read, Sydney Sweeney, an American Eagle promoting eugenics and pushing the Aryan race Nazi propaganda, was not in my 2025 bingo card. AE responded with a generic statement. It's about her genes. Her story. Great genes look good on everyone, but no one was buying it. The smile after the storm. Then, just 2 days after that damage control post, Sydney appeared on the red carpet, glowing like nothing had happened. No apology, no clarification. Just a perfectly styled outfit and that signature smile. And fans noticed, not just the silence, but the pattern. She hadn't spoken after the MAGA party backlash. She didn't explain the bathwater campaign. And now, even with an accusation as heavy as eugenics-inspired marketing, she's staying quiet again. The only message? A story of a bouquet, a heart emoji, no words. It was starting to feel like a strategy. The new face of passive branding. Some say Sydney's just playing the long game, letting controversies pass by without stoking them. But others see it as something deeper. A calculated image that leans into ambiguity. She never says anything offensive, but she doesn't really stand for anything either. And in 2025, that makes her the perfect canvas. Not for fashion, but for projection. Brands can use her. Audiences can decode her. But Sydney, she remains untouched, unbothered, and maybe even untouchable. At least for now. Trad wives, soft girl politics, and the new aesthetic look closer, and you'll see Sydney isn't alone. There's been a wave of hyper-feminine, vaguely traditional, and politically ambiguous celebrities taking center stage. Women who wear ribbons in their hair while casually engaging in culture war aesthetics. It's JoJo Siwa's new edgy persona. It's Jessie Murph's chaotic Americana. It's influencers quoting 1950s homemaker manuals under cottagecore aesthetics. And Sydney fits right in. A sweet-faced rebel who plays dumb, says nothing, and lets the chaos swirl around her. But here's the thing. People are starting to notice. And silence doesn't feel cute anymore. The fall of a fan favorite? Sydney Sweeney isn't being canceled. She's still booking roles, still fronting campaigns, still walking carpets. But something has changed. The girl we once defended is now someone we're debating. An icon we can't quite define anymore. Was it all part of the plan? Or did she just become a symbol for something she never meant to represent? That's the paradox. Sydney doesn't have to say anything because everyone else is speaking for her. Sydney Sweeney once had the internet in the palm of her hand. Now, she's walking a tightrope between icon and controversy, and doing it in heels. The smile's still there. The roles keep coming, but the questions aren't going away. And maybe that's exactly what keeps people watching. Because when the controversy is the brand, silence might just be the loudest strategy of all. What do you think? Is Sydney Sweeney crafting her image with precision? Or just sidestepping controversy with a smile? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every one. And if you want more no-fluff, high-stakes Hollywood stories, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the next story Hollywood wants you to ignore is already on our radar. This is Hollywood Wire. We don't do clickbait. We do truth, subtext, and receipts.